6 o'clock, so we'll call to order the City of Douglasville City Council meeting for tonight, which is May the 3rd. Our invocation will be done by our own Emily Hardaway, Community Outreach Coordinator for the City of Douglasville. After that, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance by the Mayor Pro Tem. Mayor Pro Tem Terry Miller, please stand for the invocation.
Let's pray. Almighty God, we humbly come before you and ask that you please be close to the families of those who are affected by today's storms. Please wrap your comforting arms around them and give them peace. We ask that you please be with us this evening and keep us safe in any more bad weather, Lord, and tomorrow as well. I ask that you be with our mayor and council tonight as they vote on city matters. Please give them discernment and wisdom as they lead our city. In Jesus' name, amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, and thank you, Ms. Emily, for leading us in the invocation. Those words are really poignant, and we will continue to keep the families that have been affected by the storm in prayer, and especially our close community family, the Hudson family. I would like to welcome you to the City of Douglasville's regular voting meeting. This is a City Council regular meeting of agenda items where official action will be taken tonight. Items were discussed during the legislative work session on this previous Thursday. If the business you're here for is not listed as an agenda item, there will be ample time under the agenda item comments from citizens and delegates section for you to discuss your business. There are just a few protocol issues I'd like to make you aware of before we start the meeting. I ask that you would please listen closely so that there will be no misunderstanding about how the meeting will be conducted this evening. I ask that you will please keep your comments and presentations on a professional level dealing with the facts that are important for this governing body to make our decisions. There will not be any comments that are considered by the chair to be of a personal attack on any individual or group of individuals will be accepted. You'll receive a warning from the chair, and if you deviate from this requirement, a second deviation will result in you discontinuing to speak this evening. Only one person speaking at a time, of course. We ask you, please do not applaud or react to speakers or speak to the audience, cheer, or carrying on a conversation. Just please make your comments and direct your comments and concerns to the chair of that committee. I'll remind you that we're only required to accept public comments on zoning matters. And if you are talking for a zoning matter, if you've had comments this past Thursday, we'll ask that you'll come forward and not repeat the same information. We're just here to accept new information. If you have a cell phone or electronic device, we'll ask you to put those in silent mode. And this is how the agenda will be handled. The following, the committee chairperson will make his or her, they'll read the agenda item. That person presenting the agenda item will come forward and do a presentation. And myself and council members will possibly ask clarifying questions again. Unless you have new information, you don't need to repeat what was said on this past Thursday. After that, the committee chairperson will ask for comments or statements from the audience. There's a maximum of 20 minutes for those in support, 20 minutes for those in opposition, and each person has 5 minutes, but in total it's 20 minutes per side. When you come to the podium, please give us your name and address for the record. There is a card that you should have filled out. And you will give that to the city clerk, Ms. Vicki Acker, to my right, your left, in the rear. And give us, again, your name and address for the record. This is not a question and answer format or debate. We're just here to receive the information, deliberate, and make our decisions. Again, address all of your comments to the chairperson. If you have any printed material, please hand that to the city clerk. And that's the protocol for the meeting. Hopefully everyone understands, and we'll have a good meeting that it'll go by a little quicker than it did this past Thursday. So the first item on the agenda is to recognize the Spirit of Hospitality Worker of the Year Award for the Douglasville Convention and Visitors Bureau, and that will be presented by Ms. Samantha Rosario.
Good evening, Samantha Rosado,
Good evening.
Tourism Program Manager, 12385 Veterans Memorial Highway. Each year, in honor of National Travel and Tourism Week, the Douglasville Convention and Visitors Bureau gives awards to those who help increase tourism in Douglasville. We typically recognize 2 individuals at the Historic Preservation Luncheon. However, due to the pandemic, we are not having an in-person celebration. So we still wanted to be able to recognize our 2 award recipients for the Hospitality Worker of the Year Award and the Spirit Award. The Hospitality Worker of the Year Award is given to someone in Douglasville hospitality who is a leader and a shining example in the industry. This year, the award goes to someone who holds a wealth of knowledge not only for their property, but for our community. Anytime that we've needed her, she's always been there, whether it's putting together a room block for a corporate or social event, hosting a meeting, or fulfilling a request for proposal. Kim Ramos has been active in her role on the Douglasville Convention and Visitors Bureau Advisory Board and has always served as a resource for us to call on, and for that, we are honored to award her with the Douglasville CVB Hospitality Worker of the Year Award.
Tell us her name again, Samantha. You said it fast.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Kim Ramos.
Let's give her a hand. It's like the Academy Awards. Would you like to make any comments?
Thank you.
You thank the Academy? Okay, thank you very much. And if you'll stand after, we'll take pictures with you. Okay, yes, ma'am. Congratulations.
Our next award is the Spirit Award. This award goes to either a hotelier or a CVB board member who goes above and beyond to promote the CVB and its vision to establish Douglasville as a leading tourist destination. This year, the award goes to someone who serves on the front line in our industry and is always looking for ways to bring people to downtown Douglasville. You may have seen her laboring hard inside of her restaurant as she is one with her team. Karen Howard understands that tourism makes an economic impact. She is a committed advocate not just for her restaurant, but the entire hospitality industry. We are pleased to award Karen Howard with the Douglasville CVB Spirit Award.
Let's give her a hand. And it's the Vine. You'll say the restaurant. You can say the restaurant.
Thank you so much. I'm going to.
You're going to give your Academy Award speech. You can come forward at the spirit of the.
First of all, I'm going to have to choke Samantha because she told me to come be prepared to answer some questions, just a few general things.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm racking my brain and everything, you know. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations. Is it wing night tonight, or when is the wing night?
Oh, we are closed tonight.
Oh, no.
It's Monday night.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Samantha.
Thank you.
Are you welcome? If you all would please come back and come in the middle, we're going to take a photo with you. And do we have someone from communications? That's okay.
We can get our award winners right in the middle. That'd be perfect. We're all messed up, so as close as we can comfortably get. Perfect. You're perfect, right there. Excellent, yeah. All right. All right, there. 1, 2, 3. Big smiles, everybody. I can see them through the mask. That's what the sign says. That's right. Perfect.
Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So Ms. Samantha surprised our winners this evening. That was nice. So now we have another announcement. It's a presentation of, by myself, a proclamation declaring May the 16th through the 23rd, 2021, as National Public Works Week. with the theme of Stronger Together in the City of Douglasville. Mr. Roberts, would you please come forward? Mr. Roberts, you are a gem in the City of Douglasville. And if we have a Greg Roberts saying, I don't know, there's so many, you need to write a book and put all your sayings in there.
There's a few of them. And I didn't know I was doing this either. I knew we had something like that coming up, but Melissa Dickinson took care of this and put my name on there.
Uh-oh.
But thank you, Miss Mayor. It is, the month of May is when Public Works employees and personnel are recognized, and that's everything from sanitation workers, street workers, facilities, fleet, water, sewer, so it applies to the WSA as well. And I think sometimes those guys get overlooked because people just expect them to be there because we're
Right.
basically there rain or shine, hot or cold, sleet or snow, whatever. And so they seldom get recognized, and I appreciate this. I appreciate Melissa working with other staff to get this on there. It is very important.
Yes, sir. I'm going to read a proclamation, but you basically gave a synopsis. I can't believe you're quicker than me. You're
What's that?
usually saying something, you know.
Oh,
The long shortcut. But how many years have you been with the city, Mr. Roberts?
this year's 29.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
service, sir. Well, I'll read the proclamation, we'll give you a hand, and then we'll come around and take a photo with you. You are the director, so leadership starts at the head, and everyone takes on your persona because you're such a great professional, and you do everything with a smile and a great spirit, so we appreciate that. Recognition of National Public Works Week, May 16th through the 23rd, 2021. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of Douglasville. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public work professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector, who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in the Douglasville area to gain knowledge and to maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the year of 2021 marks 61 years of annual National Public Works Week sponsored by the American Public Works Association, now therefore, I, Rochelle Robinson, Mayor of the City of Douglasville, do hereby designate the week of May the 16th through the 21st as National Public Works Week. I urge all citizens to join with representatives of the American Public Works Association, governmental agencies, the City Council, all the activities, events, and ceremonies designated to pay tribute to our public works professionals, our engineers, our managers, employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and quality of life. So proclaimed this third day of May 2021. Let's give Mr. Roberts a hand, please. Mr. Roberts will come around and you want to say anything after that?
I think I said enough, but thanks to
Okay.
you and the council and mayors and councils over the years, we've always had a lot of good support, and just thank you. And it takes a lot of things to keep the city moving, and we're just one component of that.
Yes, sir. Thank you for cleanup weeks for
We're
the
still
fall
working
and the
on it.
spring. I know. Any other, okay, Mr. Adams?
I just wanted to thank Greg for his devotion in the face of what he's been up against in the past year with the recycling being on hold and with the 25% vacancy rate in your department. I can't see one thing that has changed as far as less service within the community, and then to just be overwhelmed by the pickup situation, the yard waste, which seems to be multiplying, I'm sure, faster than you can get it picked up, and then the bad weather today, and we appreciate all that you've done there. But I noticed this morning, Mayor, pouring down rain, I had a boom truck at the front door, and I had the guys picking up the refuse, just like normal. So to say that you're there, rain or shine, that's the truth. thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate what you do.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. My children always say, Mommy, I feel sorry for Mr. Gregg, because I'll see something, I say, call Mr. Gregg, but you're like Superman, you're on the spot all the time. Any other comments from council members?
I just would
Oh.
very quickly like to say, I think you deserve more than a week for getting recycling back going.
I know it. Councilman Miller in.
Oh, Mr. Roberts, I would just like to thank you for your many, many years of dedication to this city, all of your love and effort that you pour into the community. If it's alerting us of traffic detours or letting me know where lunch is going to be. Like, you are always on the spot, and you are just a true blessing to the community. Thank you so much.
Oh, he's a gem. Any other comments? Councilmember Danley?
Thank you so much. Greg, you just endured so much, and you've weathered the storm and still weathering it. Thank you so much for your character and what you do.
I hope so. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Mayor Pro Tem?
I also want to reiterate the thanks.
Is your mic on? That's okay.
I want to reiterate the thank yous that you've heard so far. I mean, Mr. Roberts brings new meaning to the expression, call me anytime. He truly means that, and I have to say, I've taken advantage of that a few times, and he's always picked up the phone, and he's always responsive, does a fantastic job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there any other comments? All right, let's give him another hand as we make our way to the front.
One more time, big smiles. Love it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
That was the fun stuff we had. So now we are moving on with our agenda. We have the minutes, and so I open the floor to approve the minutes of the legislative work session and executive session of April the 15th, 2021, and the regular meeting of April 19th, 2021. Open the floor for a motion to
So
approve.
moved.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adams. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much, Councilman Estes. Did you get it, Ms. Acker? Great. All those in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Oh, I apologize. Any corrections? We didn't see any. Okay, the ayes have it. So we'll move on then to the consent agenda. Open the floor for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Move to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Is a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented. Do we see any corrections or anything from council members? Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you so much, Councilman Adams. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you so much. We'll move on then to the next item, which is the Economic and Development Committee, and that's chaired by Mayor Pro Tem Terry Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have
You're
one item
welcome.
under the Economic Development Committee at this time. That is to appoint an individual to the Douglasville Downtown Development Authority, Post 4, for a term expiring March 22nd, 2024. Ms. Jackson, I guess you've given us ballots for this, and so I guess we will
Yes,
take our
sir.
vote at this time.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, you do have a ballot in front of you for the Douglasville Downtown Development Authority. For this, the two individuals will be Ms. Carol Burton or Mr. Darrell Farrar. So Ms. Kristen Tate will walk down and she will take the ballots and present, and I'll present the results to you all. Mayor and council, the results are as follows. We have Mayor Robinson voting for Ms. Carol Burton. We have Councilman Estes voting for Ms. Carol Burton. We have Mayor Pro Tem Miller voting for Mr. Darrell Ferrer. We have Councilwoman Miller voting for Ms. Carol Burton. We have Councilwoman Burdanley voting for Ms. Carol Burton. We have Councilman Mark Adams voting for Mr. Darrell Ferrer. We have Councilman Watts voting for Mr. Darrell Ferrer. And Councilman Davis voting for Ms. Carol Burton, with 5 votes for Ms. Carol Burton and 3 votes for Mr. Darrell Ferrer.
All right, thank you, Ms. Jackson. We have, you said 5 for Carol Burton, 3 for Darrell Ferrer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then I will like to make a motion at this time that, move that out of my way here, that the City Council appoint Carol Burton as the appointee for the Douglasville Downtown Development Authority Post 4, with the term expiring on March 22nd, 2024.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much, Councilman Estes. Is there any further comments as relates to this item? Not seeing any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Ms. Carol Burton is the appointed to the DDA.
That's all I have at this time, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We'll move on then to the next committee, which is Finance Committee, and that's chaired by Councilmember Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
We have 2 items tonight under Finance. The first is to authorize the mayor to sign an agreement with Evergreen Solutions, LLC, to provide management consulting services for the city's classification and compensation study and analysis. Ms. Austin Bing is with us tonight. This item is one that we've had discussion on in committee and also in our meeting on Thursday. So if there's any new information that anyone or any question anyone may have of Ms. Bing when she presents, then we'll be ready to go. Ms. Bing, do you have anything?
I don't have anything new, Mr. Chairman. I can recap. If
That's
okay
fine.
with you.
Yes, ma'am. We'd welcome that. Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. Tia Austin Bing, 6695 Church Street, Human Resources Department. As a recap, on Thursday, we presented information to Mayor and Council as it relates to moving forward with the goal from the Mayor and Council planning session to move forward with a pay and classification study through the process of the committee that included the Finance Department, City Manager's Office, and HR Department. We vetted 12 prospective vendors for our pay study. We also went through an interview process and together as a committee wanted to present to you for our study for this year, Evergreen Solutions. As it relates to the criteria, we looked at things like project scope, timeliness of responding to the RFP, experience, references, and all that information combined presented a recommendation for Evergreen Solutions. If you have any questions about the process or anything as it relates to the pay study, I'm happy to take those, but that is our recommendation tonight.
Thank you, ma'am. Questions, comments? Madam Mayor?
I just had a quick, we used Evergreen before?
Yes, ma'am, we
Was
have
it
used them.
5 years? How many?
2018, and then prior to that, it was 2013.
Wow, okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Austin.
Others? Any other comment? Pardon me? Seeing none, then we'll go forward. I'll make a motion to approve item 21-192 to sign a contract with Evergreen Solutions. Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 21-192 with Evergreen Solutions. Do we have any additional comments or questions from council members? Thank you. Not seeing any. All those in favor of approving this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Item A is unanimously approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We'll move on to item B. Authorize the mayor to sign an agreement with Suburban Consulting Engineers Incorporated for Professional Geographic Information Systems, GIS services. Ms. Williams?
All right, Patrice Williams, Community Development Director, 6701 Church Street. This item would allow us to bring GIS bike in-house. Currently, we have a contract with the county. I've been working with our RT director, setting up everything as we move forward. We have some deadlines internally, and we have an external deadline as well, but we'd like to pull everything back in by October 1st. Mr. Jenkins will have us up and going, practicing in-house by June 1st, August 1st. So we just want to play it out to make sure we're going to have what we say we're going to have to the public. So again, we're really excited about this opportunity. It's going to really help the Community Development Department, but also we're going to begin to pick up the other departments as well. So we'll be working with Mr. Roberts' department, finance as well. So we're going to expand the project, but initially it's going to be about the Community Development Department using GIS.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. I know we've heard about this on Thursday, and she's given us many reasons why we need to be back in-house with it in order to meet deadlines that you have set as staff, and also that some external deadlines, and I appreciate that. Any comment or question, Madam Mayor?
I did have a quick question, Mr. Chairman. I apologize, I wasn't here on Thursday. Do we have the capability and expertise to bring the services back in-house?
We do. Well, with the contract agreement, absolutely, we're going to have someone with this company with us for at least 6 months, no more than a year. You saw in my organizational chart where we're trying to add a staff person, but we're going to have a contract with this company for at least a year. And of course, as I said, Mr. Jenkins and his staff, they've been working closely with Esri and Suburban as well.
Okay, so give us a little safety net for about 6 months too. Okay.
Transition back.
Transition, very good. Thank you. Thank
Others? Question, comment? Thank you, Ms. Williams. Appreciate that input and look forward to that. We'll make a motion then to approve item 21-197.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much. I had a hearty tie, I believe, Mayor Pro Tem and maybe Councilman Estes or Watts. Did you get it, Ms. Acker? Okay, thank you so much. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 21-197. Do we have any additional comments or questions from council members? Thank you. Not seeing any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Item B is unanimously approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That's all that we have tonight under finance.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We'll move on then to Housing and Community Affairs Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Dr. LaShawn Danley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
We'll move on to item 10, Legislative and Intergovernmental Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
We have no business tonight, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Councilman Davis. Personal and Organization Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight in Personnel and Organization.
Thank you so much, Coach Watts. We'll move on then. We do have some business under Planning and Development Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
We have 4 items tonight. Item A is appoint an individual to serve as Ward 3, Post 2 member of the Douglasville Planning Commission to fill an unexpired term expiring June 1st, 2023. Ms. Williams, do you have anything to add to this? I know that we do have ballots that we have been asked to fill out, so if you would prepare those, and Ms. Tristan's going to come by and pick them up. I'm sorry, Ms. Jackson, I believe you're handling this, and I apologize.
You did it perfectly. Ms. Tate will come by and pick up the ballots, and I will read the results.
You all confused me when you put one name on the agenda here and someone else handles it. That's just my old age, I guess.
No, they're trying to surprise us.
Trying to trick us.
Keep us on our toes.
Mayor and Council, the results are as follows. We have Mayor Robinson voting for Ms. Bates. We have Councilman Estes voting for Ms. Joy Bates. We have Councilman Watts voting for Mr. Lammy. We have Councilman Adams voting for Mr. Lammy. Councilwoman Miller voting for Ms. Joy Bates. Councilman Davis voting for Mr. Lammy. Councilwoman Berdanley voting for Ms. Bates. Mayor Pro Tem Miller voting for Ms. Bates. That will be 5 votes for Ms. Joy Bates and 3 votes for Will Lammy.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Then the motion then would read that we would appoint Ms. Joy Bates to an individual to serve as Ward 3 Post 2 member of the Douglasville Planning Commission to fill an unexpired term expiring June 1, 2023. Put that in the form of a motion for approval.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much. Councilmember, was it Watts? Oh, it's Estes. Okay. Councilmember Estes. It's been properly moved in second to approve item 21-196 for Ms. Joy Bates to fulfill the Douglas Planning Commission term as stated by the chair and the parameters of the time frame. Do we have any additional comments or questions from council members? Thank you. Not seeing any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 21-196 is approved with Ms. Joy Bates.
Item B, consider a request for plat approval for the purpose of consolidating 2 lots for 10.30 acres, Highway 92, and at 7669 Highway 92, Land Lot 705, District 1, Section 3, Parcels 3 and 15, application by HRC Incorporated. Ms. Williams?
Patrice Williams, Community Development Director, 6701 Church Street. I have nothing new to add to this item. Essentially, we are trying to prevent them from crossing lines, property lines, so we need to combine this, this plat. And so we don't have anyone on the call, but that's all I have.
Any information anyone would like to ask of Ms. Williams before we go forward? Basically a housekeeping item?
Housekeeping.
Okay. None? Okay. Seeing then, I make a motion to approve item 21-205.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much. We have a second. Is that Mr. Estes? Oh, that was Watts. You couldn't,
Coach.
they're playing with me. Okay, Councilman Watts. It's been properly moved in second by the chairman and second by Councilman Watts to approve item 21-205. Do we have any additional comments or any deliberation as it relates to this item from council members? No further discussion. All those in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 21-205 is unanimously approved.
Item C, consider a request for final plat approval for the purpose of consolidating 4 lots for 41.43 acres at Preston Boulevard and Bob Arnold Boulevard in Land Lot 677, District 18, Section 2, Parcels 2 and 5, and Land Lot 678, District 18, Section 2, Parcel 10, and Land Lot 709, District 18, Section 2, Parcel 2. Application by Jared McKinnon. Ms. Williams?
Patrice Williams, Community Development Director, 6701 Church Street. Actually, this is the same issue as the previous item. We're just trying to prevent them from crossing property lines, and so we just needed to get these corrections. It's a housekeeping item.
Okay. Questions, comments of council? Seeing none, we will make a motion then to approve item 21-207.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much, Councilman Estes. It's been properly moved in second to approve item 21-207. Do we have any further comments or questions as it relates to this item? Thank you. I don't see any. All those in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 21-207 is approved unanimously.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
We will move on then to our last item under, I'm sorry, under Planning and Development tonight. That's consider a request for final plat approval for the purpose of subdividing into 2 lots, 6.312 acres at 8271 Cedar Mountain Road in Land Lot 194, District 2, Section 5, Parcel 65. Application by Mr. Lon Bell. Ms. Williams?
Patrice Williams, Community Development Director, 6701 Church Street. I don't have any new information to add. This is in reference to future development potentially. We do have the applicant with us tonight if you have any questions for him.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Williams. Is there anyone that has any questions for Mr. Bell? I see he's in the audience. If there's a need for him to come up and present, Mr. Bell, do you have anything new to say? Okay. Then moving along then, make a motion that we approve item 21-211.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much, Councilman Watts. It's been properly moved in second to approve item 21-211. Do we have any further comments as relates to this item? Any further discussion? Thank you. Not seeing any. All those in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We have the ayes have it, 1 abstention, Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem. So it passes by majority vote. Item 21-211 is approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That's
You're
all that
welcome.
we have tonight.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We'll move on then to Public Improvement and Beautification Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Nicole Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're
We do have
welcome.
one item this evening, and that is to authorize the mayor to sign an agreement with Pratt Recycling to receive and dispose of recyclables collected by the city. I know that we did discuss this last week, but we do have Mr. Greg Roberts here if you guys have any questions or comments about this.
Excuse me. Thank you so much. Mr. Roberts, you have anything?
Anything new? Anything new on that? No? Okay. Well then, if you guys don't have any questions or comments, I make a motion that we approve item number 21-190.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. We have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Adams, and Councilman Watts was kind of a tie. Do you have it, Ms. Acker? Thank you so much. It's been properly moved in second to approve item 21-190. Do we have any further discussion as it relates to this item? Excited to get back to recycling. Not seeing any. All those in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 21-190 is unanimously approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That was all I have this evening.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Miller N. We'll move on then to Public Relations Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Howard Estes.
No business this evening, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Councilman Estes. Public Safety Committee, chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
Yes, ma'am, I have one item, Madam Mayor. And it's holding a public hearing to consider request for the alcoholic beverage license for the on-premises sale and consumption of wine and malt beverage and spirit liquor at the following establishment: Licensee, Casa Tequila LLC, DBA Casa Tequila, location 2167 Fairmont Road, proposed agent outlet manager, Lance Gabe. The required fees have been paid into the finance department. With the applicant, please come down again and state your name, please, and address for the records.
Good evening.
Good
Mayor,
evening.
City Council. Name is Lance Gay. Address is 2258 Alyssa Court, Lithia Springs, Georgia.
Okay, do we have any new information from the mayor and council? If you have any questions from the mayor and council? Okay. If not, Madam Mayor, I'd like a motion that we approve 21-1-80.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much, Councilman Estes. It's been properly moved in second to approve 21-180. Do we have a public hearing, or we already had that?
We had that on Thursday night,
Thursday.
and
We
we
don't
didn't have no
have to have another
takers, Madam Mayor.
Okay. All right. And everything worked out well?
Yes, it worked out fine.
Okay.
This is first adventure.
Okay. So we have any additional comments or questions from council members? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 21-180 is unanimously approved. Congratulations, Mr. Gay.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you, and please come back and let us know when you're having your grand opening or ribbon cutting.
We'd love to have you all come in. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Recreation, Culture, and Tourism Committee, that's chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight in recreation, culture, and tourism.
Thank you. I know that's a mouthful. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Technology Committee, chaired by Mayor Pro Tem Terry Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business at this time under the Technology Committee.
Thank you so much, Councilman Miller. Transportation Committee, chaired by Councilmember Dr. LaShawn Verdanley.
Okay, thank you kindly, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you. Do we have any other business to come before committee, not committees, but council tonight from council members? Only thing I would like to welcome, we have two or three new businesses. Miss Patrice was trying to give me the names. I want to get them right. There's one new in the pub. Broad Street Station. I need to go there. Grits, have they opened? Not yet. Okay, but they're coming. And these are all in the downtown area. And then there is a Balloon and More, and that's right next to Kumba Coffee in the same area. So if you have a party or something, I know graduation's coming up, so balloons would be great. So we welcome them to the business community in the downtown area. We're excited about that. As I mentioned at committees, and Miss Emily said in the invocation, if we can please keep the Hudson family in our thoughts and prayers during this time of condolences, we extend that to them to let them know that we are thinking about them and their tragic loss today. Do we have any other business to come before council? Yes, sir, Councilman Watts.
Madam Mayor, I was
Yes,
just
sir.
wondering, the governor's executive order has expired, right, at the end of April?
Yes.
So what does that look like for us?
So the governor did extend his order until the end of May now. So it
Okay.
did expire, the one that he had for last month, but it was extended until May 30th.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I saw that, and I was
Okay.
going to ask Ms. Jackson during her comments. It said it expired, then they had one from May 1st to May 31st, correct?
Yes, correct.
And it's a little less stringent, but we have to get all the details. So it was just put out a couple of days ago.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. That was a great question. Any other comments any council members have to bring up under other business? Thank you. Not seeing any, then we'll go through the roster of our important staff and any updates from our city attorney, Mr. Joel Dotson.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Dotson. Our staff attorney, Ms. Lynn Woodward.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. The police department, is that Major?
This is Captain Stafford.
Captain Stafford. I gave you a promotion, Captain
That's
Stafford.
okay, I appreciate that.
You have anything from the PD?
We have no business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much, Captain Stafford. Our Assistant City Manager, Ms. Chelsea Jackson.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
As it relates to the governor's orders, so they were extended until Sunday, May 30th, 2021. The order basically goes along with the guidelines that I explained to you all a couple of weeks ago, stating that it's about 3.5 feet now instead of the 6-foot requirement, as well as you all can still call in and participate virtually since we are in still of a state of public health emergency, and we can still have any of our citizens and residents be virtual as well.
Okay. All right, so now until May 30th. I
Yes,
said
ma'am.
31st. Okay, we do have, any other business, Ms. Assistant City
I'll
Manager?
also add that tomorrow was the first day for the farmers market, but because of the weather, inclement weather, it will be canceled for next week.
Oh, no.
Until next week.
Okay, we do want people to be safe, the citizens to be safe out there with all this water saturating the ground, to be careful with trees and not to drive through any standing water. I talked to the executive director of the Water and Sewer Authority, and he said that we've had a lot of standing water. Councilmember Burdanley showed me some water on Douglas Boulevard, and cars were trying to drive through, so please do not do that. He recommends, that you just get out of your car, turn around, but do not try to drive through that standing water. Even though it may look like it's a little bit, it could be shallow. So that's it. Now, we do have a staff report, a presentation of Community Development Department quarterly report by Ms. Patrice Williams.
I won't punish you, I won't be too long. Patrice Williams, Community Development Director, 6701 Church Street. We'll try to make this as painless as possible. Let's see. All right, so this is part of my slide that I said I was going to retire this year. I can't seem to let it go. But we have come up with something new this year. It's #trending. So as I said previously, Douglasville was on a roll in late 2019, early 2020. Well, nothing's changed. Actually, we're probably more busy now than we were last year this time, a couple years ago this time. We are constantly meeting with new developers that we've never met before, and typically the first thing I hear from them is that Douglasville is really hot. And so as far as real estate goes, recently I met with a developer. He was looking at a couple of parcels on Highway 5, but before he could actually move on them, they were already gone, and so he landed on Highway 92. So things are definitely going in the right direction for us here in Douglasville. We, the Community Development Department, we're made of 5 different divisions, which you all are aware of: building, code compliance, economic development, planning, and zoning. We'll start with code compliance. This is our list of notice of violations that have been sent out, that were sent out in 2020. We're working on a calendar year here. So that first column hits on January 1 through December 31st. And then, of course, 2020, we're January 1 until today, basically. And so these are all the violations that have gone out. We did not include right-of-way, signs on the right-of-way, which are typically more than about 300 a month, but I think you get those from Marcia, from the city manager every month. We have 4 members of the Code Compliance Division. We have a new member, Brandon Neeson. He'll be covering Zone 1, well, it says Ward, but it's actually Zone 1. That area is Chapel Hill, so it's sort of Councilman Miller's area over to Walmart. And then we have Jimmy Hitchcock. You all know Jimmy. He's been with us forever. Does a great job in our downtown area, and he also helps in other areas. Keosha Spence, she's been with us for a couple of years now. Keosha has taken over the north side. And then in Zone 4, which is Coach Watt's area, that's all hands on deck. It's easier to manage for some reason. That's what they tell me. So they all take turns taking care of that area. And then, of course, we have the manager, Ebony Jefferson. She covers Zone 5. We did decide not to replace one of the officers that retired, so we're going to stick with the 4 for now. This is the zoning map that you all will be voting on. The colors look a little different. We thought it would be helpful to make some of them a little darker, but this will be the new zoning map. We've made quite a few changes, I think 41 all in total over the past 2 years as far as annexations and rezoning, so it's time for us to adopt a new map. So this will be our new map once you adopt it. And then, of course, this is zoning. I guess I'd like to highlight the increase as far as fees go. You see the annexations, we did 5 in 2020, we got $0, and in 2021 so far we've done 2, and I think that should be about $1,400. So that's because we did the fee increase last year. So you'll see that. Some of the other ones kind of stand out too. The development plan plats, you got 30 at $2,200, and then you have 17 at $2,700. So there's a slight increase. We've not gotten any pushback. There's been no complaints. So I think we're where we want to be as far as pricing goes. This is a list of apartments and townhomes that you all have approved. They're in various stages. Some of them are in LDP. Marcus Thompson, who's in the city manager's office, he does all our LDPs. And then, of course, we have some that are with WSA, but we have quite a few apartments that you all are aware of. And there's actually more to come, and most of them are market rate. We have the zoning ordinance amendments from zoning that you all recently approved. And then looking ahead, we're looking to do slut requirements for tire shops. I know we've been talking about it for a while, but we are working with our new attorney, and she is getting something ready for us, I think. And so we'll be moving forward with that. Let's see, building. All right, so these were our plan reviewers in 2020. Jason Sweat's not with us anymore. We have Marcus Thompson. He pitches in as well. Marcus is instrumental. I like to mention him because he does a lot of work for us in the community development department. Of course, Mr. Metler, Tracy is no longer with us as well. And then, of course, what's happening in 2021. Matthew, I would like to note, Matthew Alexander is new. He started with us back in February. He was with the city previously in public service, and he came back, and he has taken he's gotten 3 certifications in less than 10 weeks. So he is moving. All right, and then of course we have the inspections performed. Those numbers are pretty much in line with what we've done in the past 2 to 3 years with a slight uptick. The evaluations that we received for 2020, and then we have the list, the evaluation for 2021 as well here for commercial and residential. This is a list of our active construction projects. Most of you are probably familiar with all of these. Ashley Falls, Kensington Park. We have the Tributary. Tributary is really busy. We're still getting more permits from them. We're anticipating about 300 more permits for residential, single family within the next couple of months. And of course, we have Amazon out there as well, and then True Hotel. Upcoming construction, we are moving forward with these projects. Harmony of Douglas, that's a senior development, that's a tax credit development. The reserve is also a tax credit project. It's at 4%. If you remember, Mr. George Tullis, that's his project. Emblem, Riverside, that's Market. Gray Star, that is Market as well. And Bright Star Spec, that's a light industrial. Sweetwater Point is a senior development, which is tax credit. For the planning division, you all have heard a good bit about all the plans that Ms. McCowan's been working on. We have those listed at the top. Projects pending, Riverside Parkway Bridge under construction, the LCI updates, ADA transition plan, and active projects being pursued. So this is just kind of money and projects that we're going after. And that would be the North Side Trails. The way we look at it, we'll have to budget at least $1 million, 0.8 miles over the next 8 or 9 years to get it accomplished. So Aaron Sarowitz, I should have been saying this all along, but Aaron Sarowitz is the manager of the Economic Development Division. We have some new businesses listed here. Kumba Coffee, they opened in 2020. They're in the old DDA building. Tito's Lounge, Place Akai, Just Because Balloons and Gifts. Just Because Balloons and Gifts, they just had their grand opening, well, ribbon cutting on Sunday, and so we had some staff there as well. Upcoming businesses in 2021. Potentially, I've been told maybe not, but the first one, I won't mention them since we may not have them, but they would be in the stucco building behind our location on East Courthouse Square, or West Courthouse Square. Grits Brunch Bar, they're right here outside our door in the old Robinson building, in the Broad Street Station. Hopefully, they'll be open in June. You've heard from him as far as his entertainment. And we have active projects and initiatives. The Town Green Amphitheater, of course, Northside Redevelopment Plan, still working on that. Old Mill Site, Aaron's working on an RFP for that. Gateway and wayfinding signage, we are anticipating, let's see, I guess like a photo type sign to go up so we can take a look at what it's gonna actually look like. Gateway, New Horizons Development Recruitment Strategy, Aaron's working on that as well. Summer, fall, downtown events. We have a list of events that Ms. Watts is working on. The downtown scavenger hunt, downtown pop-up shops. We're bringing back food truck Mondays in June. We're gonna do 2 for lunch and 2 in the evening. Wellness Wednesdays. This is where we're doing like a Zumba outside. If you recall, several years ago, we started with yoga, sunset yoga. But now we're looking at doing some other creative exercises outside on the plaza. We've had some interest with do-it-yourself workshops, be it building birdhouses or whatever the case, but we have people interested in coming to the downtown to do things like that. And we're doing a restaurant week again.
Good.
And then this is our list of staff. And I have to include Marcus because people think he's in community development, but he's not. But we do appreciate the work that he does. And that's all.
Well, that's a lot, Ms. Patrice. You all are busy.
We are busy.
Busy, busy, busy. And it's exciting to see a lot of these projects and active and what's coming down the pipe. Do we have any comments or questions from council members? Councilman Adams?
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
Ms. Williams, can you just give us an idea? I've been told several things about the, I'm not familiar with the crew lounge. Did you say they are a possibility, but they're?
I've talked to the contractor of the building, and he's just saying it's a slight possibility. They do have a contract on the building, but it's going to be a challenge for them to locate a restaurant in the building.
And where is this exactly?
It's actually East Courthouse Square. It's the stucco building behind the 4-story building on the end there. It has the courtyard.
Got it,
Yeah.
okay. And what about the type of food that Broad Street Station is going to be serving? Do you have any idea of a menu yet?
It's going to be Tex-Mex.
It is Tex-Mex. Okay, good. Thank you. Good job. Thank you for all you do. Appreciate your staff and all the hard work that you've done throughout this pandemic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Adams. Any other comments? I did Lidl. What's going on with them?
I reached out to I think
Mr.
it was
Pumphrey?
Chris, Chris Pomfrey, our executive director, and I think it's 2023 before
What?
we look at construction. They have to, we've been told, Lidl, they have to
Lidl.
build a warehouse on this side of Metro Atlanta. That's the problem. We're too far away from the nearest warehouse. So they still own the property, but they have to build a warehouse in order to build our grocery store.
2023. Jeez Louise. Okay. Any other questions for Ms. Williams?
Just a comment. I
Yes,
just wanted
ma'am.
to say, Ms. Williams, you are very busy, but I wanted to say that your professionalism and what the turnaround in this department has been phenomenal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Ms. Williams. We
Thank
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Do we, now there's the opportunity for comments from citizens and delegates. Do we have anyone online? Ms. Jackson?
No, ma'am.
Okay, do we have anyone in the audience? If you sustain the meeting, you'd like to approach the council and myself, you're welcome to come forward. You have 5 minutes to address us with any comments that are germane to city business. Thank you. I don't see any. If we don't have any other comments or any other business to take care of, this meeting is adjourned.